And this is an encore of a previous and remarkable press conference by the governor of the blue state of New York, Mr. Andrew Cuomo.
And they're not funding state and local. When you don't fund state and local, you know who you don't fund? Police, fire, school teachers, school officials. What was the possible theory of funding large corporations, but not firefighters, and not police, and not healthcare workers? I mean, it boggles the mind. And all they said was, don't worry, right? Don't worry, we're going to do it in the next bill. We're going to do it in the next bill. We're going to do it in the next bill. I said to our congressional delegation, I said to our senators, Schumer and Gillibrand, don't pass this past bill that they just did unless you have state and local funding, because they're not going to do it. Don't worry, they're not going to do it. As soon as the Senate acts, McConnell turns around and says, I'm not going to do it, the state should declare bankruptcy. Bail out to the blue states. Bail out to the blue states. Again, the most un-American, uncharitable, ugly statement of all times. Yes, New York had more coronavirus cases than Kentucky. You know why? The flights from Europe land in New York. The flights were not landing in Kentucky. That's why we have the coronavirus cases. That's what the researchers now found 2 months later. That the virus went from China to Europe, got on a plane, and came here. And by the way, the virus probably got on a plane in China and came here. But China maybe landed in California. The European flights landed here. That's why New York has the coronavirus cases. Bail out New York. You're not bailing out New York. New York has bailed you out every year. It's bailed you out. Mitch McConnell is a taker, not a giver. New York is a state of givers. We put more money into the federal pot every year.
This guy.
State
You are so
is
right.
donating to the federal pot. Number one, Kentucky is the number 3 state in taking from the federal pot. They take out more from the federal pot than they put in. Every year. Every year. But this is America. States, one federal pot, you put in what you can, and the states that need it, take it. Okay. So for every year, New York was the number 1 donor state, putting in more money than it took out. Putting in more money than anyone else. And taking out less. Number 1 donor state. Kentucky every year was the number 3 state that took out more than they put in.
Oh my God.
So they were literally, we were putting money into the pot, they were taking our dollars out of the pot. And we're bailing you out? You're bailing us out. Just give me my money back. Just give me my money back. I mean, it's just ridiculous. They should declare bankruptcy. Okay, Senator, pass the bill that authorizes states to declare bankruptcy. Sign the bill, Mr. President. Wow. Economy's coming back. We're doing great. Pent-up demand. Stock market wants to take off. Good. Pass a bill allowing states to be bankrupt. And then let's watch how the stock market takes off at that great news about our economic resilience.
And that was the governor of New York, the blue state of New York, Mr. Andrew Cuomo, fighting back.